What's going on YouTube? This is your boy Black Blade Chiha coming to you with another video on this game Black Deck. We're going to continue this trend today talking about the top tier cards from the faction of that day or of that week if you want to put it that way. Without further ado, let's get right into this talking about the WasteLand faction. I actually ended with this one, so it makes sense to try to go from bottom to top. I already talked about the desert faction, so the last faction that I'll talk about will be the temple faction. All right, so let's go right into this real quick. We have Dobby Street Rat, and it has a couple stupid abilities. It really does. Like, it buffs itself by 10%, can be booked up to 20% of this card's max strength for each rat ally on board. So that's just stupid in itself. Okay, then it summons a rat with max strength, 35% max strength, every 2 turns up to 2 times, right? And it can be booked up to 75% in every turn, and it's going to be 5 times. So you'll get 5 rats, which is pretty nuts. Then buffs all other rat allies by 30% of this card's max strength, and book be 50% of this card's max strength. So you get this bad boy up to, let's say, 8,000, right? They're going to get 4,000 max strength. That's just insane. Then it has another buff for WasteLand allies. And 9 times out of 10, they're gonna be, all these rats are gonna be Wastelands anyway. So guess what? They get even more of a buff. So they're gonna get 4 grand if you have this guy booked up. 4,000 points. I'm just saying off of 8,000 stack, right? Then they get the buff from here. Then they like come on, man. They're just gonna be beefy. Gonna be beefy rats. That's kind of insane. Right? Then you got this guy, the Rat King, which is a unit. He works in tandem with the guy. So he's going to get a buff off top. Right? And he has a summon ability. Summons a rat with 35% every 2 turns up to 2 times. And the exact same ability summons a rat every turn when it's booked up, every turn with 75% strength. Right? That is absolutely insane. Right? Then it has a protection ability for all rat allies, so it's going to protect every single rat token that's been summoned, right? And then it buffs itself for each rat ally by 10%. Exact same ability as Dobby, which is insane. All right, that two in tandem. And obviously, you have the rats here. They're not in that top tier. They're just honorable mentions. Okay. Then we're gonna go into, I'm gonna put the golems, all 5 golems that are epics together. You got the fire golem, the ice golem, lightning golem, poison golem, and the iron golem. All these boys are monsters, right? All of them. Like, all of them. All of them. They have a buff on themselves. All of them except for the Iron Golem has an element. Iron Golem has resistance to all elements, which is good. Really good. And it buffs itself. No, it buffs all other golems and it buffs itself. So it doesn't need an elemental ability. Right? You put some strength set on them, and then you put like a piercing set on them to get around the shield in anything else. He's just going to be a big walking drumstick, essentially. Just going around going, knock, knock, who's there? I'm here. It's just insane. And all these golems pretty much have a similar ability. The only difference is the resistance to all of elements is not there. They're just going to be resistant to their element. That's it. So I'm putting them all in one board. That's 3 cards. Well, 3. And I'm going to go over one more card and I talked about him before, and he's my top tier. Comment down below with your top tier. It'll be Alchemist. The reason being, it's quite simple. His poison when you put a comp or equipment of taunting set on him is ridiculous. A lot of people are going to have issues with that. You make him strong enough, he's going to be standing quite tall over a lot of folks. Just saying, he's really strong if you do it right. All right, and I do use him regularly. He does help out quite a bit with everything that I do in the game currently. It's not just so much because of his poison, but because his poison is like a pseudo retaliation. You can probably even put a retaliation or furious set on him, to be honest. No, honestly, put a furious set on him, and then you put a taunting set. So essentially, he attacks twice when hit. That's a little extra, a little bit extra. So that's my set for you guys, and that's who I have on here. Comment down below, let me know what you guys think. What are your top tiers from the WasteLand faction? Like and subscribe. Tell a friend. Peace.